Let's talk about crying. In my childbirth preparation classes, a lot of people cry. Sometimes it's me, a lot of times it's the moms, sometimes it's their partners. It's not because I'm a mean childbirth educator, it's just because the nature of being pregnant is big and it's emotional and it brings up all sorts of stuff. And almost every time somebody cries in one of my classes, they apologize and they say, oh, I'm sorry for crying, I shouldn't be doing this. Because a lot of us have the belief that tears are bad, that it's maybe a sign of weakness. I mean, men especially experience this, but even women. And for a lot of pregnant women, tears come really easily. They just can't help it. It just flows out. But for some of us, and I remember that I felt this, I would intentionally suppress my tears. If I felt them coming on, I would push them down, say, nope, it's gonna unleash all this stuff I'm not ready to deal with. I'm not going there. But I now have a very different perspective about tears. Studies have actually shown that tears are filled with toxins. So when we cry, we're actually getting out a lot of unneeded stuff from our body. And not just physical toxins, but when we cry, we are also essentially like clearing our mental slate, just getting all of it out. And spiritually as well, I feel like after you have a good cry, like a lot of little petty concerns that you were worried about kind of flow away and you have a greater capacity to look at the big picture of your life. I mean, again, in so many ways, a good cry just clears the slate. So, two things. First, next time you feel tears like organically coming up, instead of shutting them down, allow them to come. And if you are in a situation where you're with people where you just don't want to go there with them, you don't really want to cry in front of them, go ahead and excuse yourself, go to the bathroom, go to your car, and just like let it rip. Don't hold them back. Just like cry as loud and as hard as you want to. And if you're somebody, and I can relate to this, that it's hard to get the tears to come, even though you have, a lot of emotions and there's a lot that needs to be released. There's a few things you can do to try to induce tears, which can actually be a really good thing. There might be a few movies that you know are gonna make you cry, like Titanic. Oh my God, I can't watch the end of it without like sobbing for Jack. There might be a book, like a certain section, a certain passage of a book that brings you to tears. Maybe just thoughts, like thinking about a certain person. And I know this might all sound like pretty dark. It's like, why would I want to bring myself to that space? But do it if you feel like you're just like pushing everything down and you're just at your limit. Sometimes a good cry can be the difference between feeling like shit and feeling light and awesome. So if it's hard for you to cry, maybe once a week, once every other week, whatever feels right to you, go into your room or any kind of private, safe space, watch that sad movie, read that sad book, think about maybe that person that you really miss, and just allow the tears to flow. And then this also sets a beautiful example for our children. When that baby comes out as they're growing up, if they're taught that, tears aren't necessarily a bad thing, that they help us, again, clear that slate, then they won't be as afraid to cry. So if you have any questions about the tears or pregnancy, childbirth, early motherhood, go ahead and email me at the email address in the description below.